Once upon a time, there was a YouTuber called Godless Glen, who I'm still subscribed to, and I think he's subscribed to me, but maybe after this video he might not be. I don't know. Now, on Facebook, I'm friends with a lot of people from YouTube that grabbed onto my Facebook whenever the bleep I launched it, and they did so with accounts that aren't necessarily linked to their public life. So Godless Glen has a Facebook that's directly linked from his YouTube, but the Glen that I am Facebook friends with is his personal account, so I'm going to censor out his full name. To do otherwise I feel would be unfair to him. But at any rate, I wanted to make this video because I thought our conversation was something that I don't want to analyze on my own. I'd rather place it out there, read all of it, and have you, the viewers, analyze what was said by both people and make your own comments as you see fit. It started as many things do with a meme. Intuition is a very powerful thing, more powerful than intellect. Steve Jobs. Glenn posted this, so I had to respond. On Facebook, they know me as Dan Green. My friends call me that. Everyone else calls me Deconverted Man. Sometimes my friends call me that too, so never mind. Doesn't matter. Let me read these to you. I said, no. Glenn says, some of the greatest, most intelligent, most accomplished people have said this, including Steve Jobs. I respond, that doesn't make it true. Glenn says, there's been times that I and my family have avoided harm or death because of intuition. I'll ask you this. Ever met someone that you have no knowledge about, yet something didn't sit right with you about the person? Yeah, that's intuition. Maybe at times it's nothing, but maybe other times it's beneficial. If something feels off about a person, I listen to my instincts. I respond, appeal to anecdote. Show me the data. A test could be set up to see what intuition is, how it works, and so on. Example, we could have behind several closed doors one door that's safe to open, and the other doors with a machine ready to punch them in the face if they open it. Let's see the test results of something like that, and then you can say it's a real thing. Until then, what you got? Glenn responds, I don't really care if you believe it in or not. I'm not in any way downplaying intelligence, but I'm also not dismissing intuition. You can. I'll keep doing what I do. If I don't trust a situation or a person, I'm going to steer clear. That's worked for me for 41 years. My response? Appeal to personal bias. This is the same sort of argument theists use to support God ideas. Why is it okay now when it's your own personal belief and not okay when it is a God belief? Glenn says, no, sir. Making claims with the answer of, quote, God, quote, unexplainable things is not the same thing. I know there are certain unexplainable things that have happened to me. Things that seem to defy any kind of circumstance. I'm literally not assigning a God or a higher power to it. However, I know I exist, and I know that I don't know everything about my brain. And I think that the word intuition may be a good fit for some answers. It seems to be the best answer for certain things. Really, just as I said to you the other day, I don't know why you care so much. My views are a bit different than yours. My advice? Stop being so obsessed with what others believe. I simply posted a quote that someone else said. They believe, and look what it's turned into. Also, I'll add this in case anyone can benefit from this. We just don't understand everything about reality or our brains. We've got a consciousness and a subconscious. Perhaps there are things that our subconscious picks up on that we're unaware. I'm pretty sure that I have heard good evidence for that before. I guess micro-expression fits that category. and those micro expressions can reveal whether or not someone is lying. There are definitely things to look into, although I suspect that being a super skeptic that you might not be interested. But for me, I question everything and seek to understand things that other skeptics will not. Nothing is off limits. There's either proof or not proof, and some things will always have a question mark. I responded, no, I'm not going to stop caring what people believe, because I want everyone to question beliefs. We should try to have as much true ideas and as few false ones. Being skeptical requires one to always be willing and able to question all the things. Your beliefs, or the beliefs of anyone else, is up for grabs. I will always subject them to critical questions. Ask what proof there is for them. Ask if they're testable. I will always do this. You don't have proof that of this idea, and that is the point. Glenn responds, when the hell did I say that I wasn't questioning? I question everything. Many ideas of mine have question marks. There are a lot of topics that I'm currently researching. Some of them I know there is things I don't understand. But that doesn't mean I am going to dismiss it. Any reputable research I find on a topic at hand, I'll post on my wall. But to be clear, I'm not here to jump through hoops for people needing me to explain everything in detail or prove it. As I've already stated, I have personal experience of some things that my family is aware of and that I have not made public, things that we feel like there's something more going on that I don't understand. And frankly, I don't give a shit if that's not good enough for you or not. As I'm not here to prove anything to you. I'm currently trying to make sense of some of these things for myself above all else. If I find out with substantial evidence that there's more, I may share that on my wall for all to see, but in the meantime, your comments come off as demeaning and argumentative, which is kind of annoying to me. It reminds me of Ben Snyder, who I had to block, although at this point, you're not being rude, but you're starting to irritate me for all the reasons I just mentioned. I'm not trying to be mean, I'm just telling you how I feel. I don't feel the need to submit proof to anyone at this point, as I'm not even making a hard claim. My response is, anything that can be asserted without evidence can and should be dismissed. All beliefs are going to be analyzed and questioned by me when I find them. Your emotions are not relevant to the truth. He ends by saying that I'm not really asserting for anything for you to dismiss. I question and analyze everything for myself as well. Just to recap, you seem to have missed it the other times. I've had unexplainable things that I've put a question mark by, as I'm not 100% sure, but it's enough to warrant more research. I also choose to personally follow a certain principle that has worked pretty good for me thus far. I don't care what anyone else believes or if they follow it. Now, I am done discussing this topic. So I'll leave it to you, my viewers, to analyze this, to comment on it one way or the other. It's not about who's right or wrong. It's about, well, you decide what it's about. I'm not gonna tell you what it's about this time. I'm not gonna analyze this. Although it's very hard not to. Trust me, I really want to. There is one thing that I will talk about, though. And that is the question of, why do I care what somebody believes? I've been asked that many, many times. In many different ways. And my gut reaction, my initial knee-jerk response is, why don't you care? Which assumes what they're thinking and feeling, which is why I've negated that as a response. Because it implies, the question implies that they don't care, or that they're curious why I care. Maybe they do care, I don't know. But why shouldn't I care? Why does it matter? What answer could I provide to that question really influences the discussion at hand. People's beliefs absolutely matter and must be investigated at all times, not just by you, the individual, but by everybody. And there's no exception to that. If you put it out there, then it's subject for debate and analysis and critical examination. One positive walk away is that I am a super skeptic, so that means I can do logic faster than a speeding bullet, which is pretty fast. I think I'll end there. Unless until we have a logically coherent argument, at any rate. We must jump buildings in a higher bound. Wait, what?